Morgan, 5'6". This is Matthew Morgan, 5'6", starting SLV encounter, and just the start that the Ospreys wanted. Nasty, slippy ball.
We've got a lot of these young Tigers players as well. You hear all the comments from the crowd very much on top of the players. More traditional old type rugby ground. And a big crowd here. And that time, Bempin up, knocking that ball on.
And you'd reckon the Ospreys would fancy an edge here with Duncan Jones, Mefin Davies, Craig Mitchell, all internationals.
You look at the two sides, there is extra bit of experience in the Osprey side. And you look at their bench as well, the likes of Gough, Marty Holah, Barry Davies and Richard Hibbard. They come on as well, a bit of strength there.
Crouch. Touch.
As for Leicester, they got Bauer at tight head. And Prydie Ocampo making his debut, the 20-year-old. So a 19 and 20-year-old either side of the Leicester scrum.
Yeah, but coming back to Mefin Davies, a consummate professional really. And Leicester Tigers management team are talking very highly about his contribution over the last couple of seasons up there for Leicester Tigers, and obviously served the Welsh teams he played for over many, many years exceptionally well. A consummate pro.
Amazing, 38. Former captain of Wales, getting stuck in. Rhys Webb decides to take this one quickly, and Leicester were patently not 10. The referee will know that, as will Webb. He's gone back, says the referee. So Fussell, who has an extremely good start for the Ospreys this season, 4 tries in the first 5 starts, takes the ball up. Morgan chips it on, and again Prydie decides to try and put it a little bit further to Phillips.
Yeah, it is important in these recognitions you don't pressurise the passer, you hold it depth a little bit. Again, you saw from the quick tap here, Rhys Webb wanting to take that ball on. Again, looking for the contact, looking for that extra 10 yards, wasn't given it, but again, looking to go wide. Good defensive pressure there by Tigers, really came up and held the defensive line.
Hawkins, the ex-Bath man, with the line out. Phillips is there, and this is Prydie, 4 caps for Wales. Fussell cutting back, and Leicester come up well. You can see the hunting from Tom Arms there, the open side. Mixing it up, little chip through from Beck. Lewington, big hit going in there from Prydie. Recently back from Welsh Sevens in Delhi, different conditions. Good drive there from Leicester. And again they go simple, over halfway. Test for Morgan, lets it bounce. And he's in the 22, got lots of time. See how difficult it is. Well fielded from Lewington. Ford. Inch perfect.
Excellent kick there from Ford. Expect those kicks behind and a turn in the opposition. And measured to perfection. Saw the gap there. Pinpoint accuracy. It's going to be interesting tonight. It's going to be very difficult to change direction, so it's important you pick your angles.
So from a 17-year-old George Ford to a 38-year-old Mefin Davies, different generations. So both losing in the first round. The Ospreys just by a point in the end against Newcastle, back from 13-0 down. And Leicester lost 34-25 to Harlequins at Welford Road. And Leicester's away form, it has to be said, pretty poor. They've only won once this season, and that was against Treviso, and only just. The Ospreys challenging there through McInerney, the former Leinster player, but this is solid now from Leicester as they drive infield, upfield. Jason Spice, former Osprey, and all black tourist there, keeping it nice and tight, by happy for his forwards to smash their way into the Ospreys 8. You get the feeling this is going to be an arm wrestle, isn't it? But Leicester will be pleased, they've got a chance for 3.
He'll play there by the Tigers. Now, Jason Spice is looking up. He wants to see some runners coming onto him at pace. That's exactly what the pack offered Jason Spice, and that's a blow. Lewington.
There's frustrations there from Lewington, just 19 through the Tigers Academy, having to go off. Something's not right. Stephen McCauley is on, versatile player.
Lewington trying to look to get a tackle in and just got tipped over. Landed a bit awkwardly. Tackle went in from his opposite number, Prydie. They're driven back. Looks as if he twisted awkwardly as he landed.
So George Ford, he's actually got a 100% success rate kicking for Leicester. 4 kicks for the club, all gone over in his career. And this is a real tester first up. He belts that one over as well. He looks confident, doesn't he?
They look very easy. You know, we're talking about a guy who first played for Leicester Tigers when he was 16 years of age.
Staggering, isn't it? 16.
And he wouldn't. Leicester must have decided to take decisions like unlikely to put a youngster in there.
The youngest ever debutant for the famous English club. And these low slidey restarts are working for the Ospreys.
Well recovered by Duncan Jones as well.
Beck just straightens. Webb, Morgan. You won't want to go into contact too much at 5'6". 11 stones or so.
Yeah, it's quite hard for him to avoid the contact now. He's very light on his feet, but very difficult underfoot to get that step in. Avoid the contact.
McInerney to Fussell.
Stevie, on black. Lane, come on.
There it goes. Taken nicely by Will Hurrell. Very explosive character in the England under 20.
Hold 3.
Up high from 4. This is a good up and under as well. Good work for Leicester, nearly. Just the knock on. Robinson chasing there.
Yeah, good chase, playing height in it. Good chase by Robinson.
Fussell wants it. He's got a one-on-one, but sees wheels are slipping. Webb. Snagged. Penalty coming to the Ospreys. With a good angle into the corner, should they choose, or maybe a chance to negate that penalty from Ford. Chip through there from Beck. Is it easier to play without the ball? Morgan takes it to the line and passes that one out nicely. And this is Phillips, and see how quick he is. Chip, it's now a race for the ball. Oh, fantastic! Absolutely brilliant from Kristian Phillips, showing the class that everybody says he has, 20 years old, and delivering the first try of the match.
A wonderful talent, knowing how to score a try, but this is all about one thing: pace, electrifying pace. Gets him away from the cover defence, kicks the ball behind, only one winner. When he backs himself, that's the frightening ingredient he's got: pace. Put the ball behind the defence and only one winner.
Brilliant weight on the kick as well, wasn't it? And excellent from Morgan, taking it to the line.
He does take it to the line. And it's so hard to turn as well once you get it beyond the defence. So little kicks behind the defence. It's now impossible for a defender to turn to get back there. You can't change direction.
4th and 5 against Newcastle in difficult conditions. He's going to squeak this one inside. Not this time. What a good try. Very, very challenging conditions underfoot.
Yeah, a couple of errors from Leicester Tigers. Give this opportunity, turn over ball, move the ball away, but again that pace just gets him outside the cover defence. And a kick behind, perfectly weighted as you said, just held up nicely, just slid on in. It's all about the speed that Kristian Phillips has, and that's what petrifies defences, speed.
Hold black.
Morgan
Two black.
clip upfield. Pino, the captain, pushes it inside there to McCauley, who meets the wall. By the way, the Ospreys are trying to drive through there. Ford has time. Middled that one nicely, and the ball will skid on, and that's very composed. Beautiful execution as well.
Well, we've seen 2 or 3 instances now, so wonderful kicking. We've seen one up and under, but 2 pinpoint kicks across the field. Wide kicks, beautiful spiral, just puts the ball behind Prydie. Nothing Prydie could do about it. 2 measured kicks.
I mean, that's O'Gara-esque, isn't it? Out of hand, one bounce. Just putting his forwards where they want to be. And they have a shot at Mefin Davies. And the back three are going to get some action, at least from the air. Here's Robinson. Need a man, 17 stone, to take it up straight. He'll do the business for you.
Yeah, you know when Lee Robinson actually does hold on to the ball, something's going to happen. He is an explosive player.
Spice just takes it up a little bit and then into contact again. Hawkins really trying to explode into contact, but it's been ripped. Excellent work there from Beck. Leicester has is their way, fighting hard, and they've got the ball right back again. Bauer, the 19-year-old.
That ball is like a bar of soap. I do like the way Leicester pack it off in themselves to carry that ball. They're holding their depth. Right onto that ball. Now see, really good upper body strength to rip that ball away by Ashley Beck initially, but that ball gets turned back immediately. So it's a big arm wrestle on the breakdown at this moment in time. Both sides are very difficult to hold on to the ball. Both sides are showing the ambition. And just about just holding back just a little bit, just to hold on to that ball.
Hawkins throwing in, being a busy boy. Got a yellow last Friday against Harlequins. On the bench on Tuesday against Australia. Starting tonight. He'll be glad of any sort of pitch time. So difficult to get in the Tigers' side. Excellent tackle in there. Spice forward. Hurrell gets the double hit. Pops it back again. It's his hip kiss. Be looking for these senior players, the likes of Hipkiss and others, to make their mark and grip the game and show why they're seasoned internationals. Spice topping it up. Leicester beginning to exert a little bit of pressure now.
Yeah, going through the phases nicely.
Goes in. Now it's out.
Ford just popping that one up to Robinson, who is on hand. That counter drive, excellent work there from the Ospreys. Hawkins quickly onto it.
Back foot. One.
Snuffing out any short side attack.
Back foot. Push Gray, Leicester, push back, push back. Push.
Morgan is back in the pocket.
Ball's out.
The ball slipping all over the place.
Yeah, bad communication there. That ball has slid out. So that wasn't there.
Webb says, I'll take responsibility for this one. There's passes to make, and he gets that one out.
Yeah, he's been talking about it, in fact. Stewart is talking about it on Rugby Club on Thursday evening. The ability to identify when it's on, to attack the ball when it's on the floor, and that counter-ruck when do you throw bodies in, when do you stay out and just line up for the next phase of defensive play. But at the time, the Ospreys identified there's an opportunity to counter ruck there, and they went through the numbers. The boot just got booted through.
Ball squirts out again. Spice. Oh, it's powerful. And he works his way through a couple there. Gets on his feet. He wasn't held. Good go forward there from the winger. Smashed up again there by Arms, who plays most of his rugby at Nottingham this season.
There's a share in the workload there as well. He's draining stuff in the condition. It's very heavy underfoot.
But at the base of the ruck, there seems to be opportunities for the defending side, and the Ospreys have the turnover. Fussell showing his pace. Looking initially to see if there was any support. Chips it through. Still danger for Leicester, but who's back there? George Ford with awareness to get that ball away.
Terrific cover back by Ford, but a lovely counter-attack that time by the Ospreys. Yet another turnover ball. Move the ball away quickly. And there's Fussell breaks away, gets past the man, and then gets tackled after he kicked it as well. Whether or not he's committed,
exactly,
given the benefit of the doubt. But lovely hands here. That time by Sonny Parker, just pulls in Robinson, gets outside Pienaar, there's Fussell, and the kick went through. They get it taken out, but
Macaulay dipped into that, didn't he? So the Ospreys, thanks to an initial turnover from the ruck, now have the ball there. Just inside the 22.
Use it!
You heard that from the referee. Webb deciding to go and then gets stopped pretty quickly. Leicester up very quickly to make the tackles. Head down from the international Andy Lloyd. Parker, we want to stamp his authority too on this match. Morgan, oh! Majestic! Showing what a class act he is. He comes with big reviews and he's living up to the billing at the moment.
Yeah, that's about identifying your moment. The Ospreys did well, went through the phases, nice variety play, good angle this time, dropped with the angle. That time Sonny Parker took that ball off Matthew Morgan. Matthew Morgan is back on his feet, identifies where the opening is, takes his opposite number on, gets outside him far too easily. And George Ford gets left there a little bit, looks inside, looks for the inside, the big man was there, dummies to go inside him and glides outside him. The acceleration was there from Matthew Morgan. A well-worked try, but through the phases nicely, used the big ball carriers and then used the decoy inside and attacked the outside channel. He identified when the opportunity was there and took it nicely. Terrific try by Matthew Morgan.
He plays regularly for Swansea. He's on fire for the All Whites, and the coach, Richard Webster, recently said he's unbelievable. He's special beyond belief with ball in hand. Just showing that there again.
I think the impressive thing a lot of people know he can run. He's a very gifted runner, light on his feet, but the mix going into it, going through the phases, used the big ball carriers first that time. That great angle from Parker gets him over the gain line, and then good quality ball for the next phase, able to get back on his feet. Just gap there between Ford and Hipkiss, back on their heels. Very difficult once you're back on the heels. These conditions can't move your balance to make the hit.
And Parker explodes, and then quite happy to give it to Fussell, who's having a very lively evening. Good support as well, excellent. Webb's on hand, fantastic running from the Ospreys. Still on, you know. Fussell steps inside. That is an incredible try in very difficult conditions.
Outstanding team try that was, from inside their own half. Conditions, what conditions? Just move that ball away. Tipuric does exceptionally well to take the hit, offload as well. Parker, another missed pass, releases Fussell on the outside. Tipuric already involved in the movement once, back there again, a beautiful offload. Rhys Webb supporting on the inside channel as well. Strong scrum half, a great interplay. Justin Tipuric did exceptionally well. to be involved in the movement twice. That time for the first offload for Sonny Parker. Lovely missed pass. He gets back on his feet again to take the inside pass from Fussell. And again, lovely offload. Great take by Webb. And again, plenty of support runners. And it's so difficult for defenders to get back there in these sort of conditions.
So impressive, isn't it? It's heads up, looking for support. It's their first instinct. And the 2 points are added. A quarter of the game gone. And 3 tries already.
The Ospreys have scored 17 points in the space of about 10 minutes. Looking at that big gap now on the Tigers. How are these young side going to respond to this onslaught from the Ospreys?
It's one thing having the ambition, but if you can knit that together with the execution as well, it's going to have a healthy lead, which the Ospreys have here. 17-3.
Duncan Jones being penalised for blocking, obstructing. And jumper went up. So a chance now for the Tigers, but really, you know, in these conditions, for the quality of rugby we've seen so far, really is the enterprise shown by both sides, the energy as well. We've seen some blistering tries.
So the 2 10s, aged 18, Matthew Morgan, and 17, George Ford, playing in these sort of conditions, showing that they can run a game. And that's the view. This is the strike. And just pull that one round, not quite. Must be difficult to retain confidence in the non-kicking foot in these conditions.
Everything to measure the response now, and Richard Cockle talked about the commitment as he wants from these youngsters. They respond to a 17-point onslaught from the Ospreys. It really is a measure of commitment and mental toughness from a very inexperienced side. They'll need all the experience of that man, Jason Spice.
Spice. Oh, he was looking about where he was passing it. You could see his eyes were going to Robinson, and that is a basic error.
Yeah, give him a big build-up as well, but that's a third knock-on from restarts now on Tigers. Bad errors. No real pressure either.
And immediately puts the pressure on for really Ocampo, Hawkins and Bauer. Webb's gone quickly, and that's the second time that Leicester have snagged him. Rodgers is not happy.
Sense the Ospreys an opportunity now to put this game beyond the reach of the Tigers.
And the Ospreys have gone again. Testing Leicester into the 22. Now switching, Morgan short. Lovely line there, beautifully taken. Oh, that's fantastic from Ashley Beck. Had a beautiful line for the bonus point. And this Bridgend crowd have waited for the Ospreys to come to town, and they're being rewarded.
She's just ruthless from the Ospreys. They sense an opportunity really for this game beyond. Tigers already 20 minutes into the game and the 4th try, but this is all about angles. I talked earlier on about how important it is angles when underfoot. It is a little bit difficult, hard for defenders to change their point of balance as well, and once an attacker picks an angle, it's impossible for the defender to get back there. You need to hold those defensive lines far better than that and keep the communication, not too big holes for players like Ashley Beck to pick lines like that.
Prydie's got the kicking tee. This is his first start this season for the Ospreys. And a couple of pre-season. Proved pretty challenging. Got the distance, but And points are being piled on, most recently through Beck, and Johnson will be extremely happy prowling on the touchdown line, as he likes to do.
It would be an outstanding start here from the Ospreys. Well-worked tries.
Nicely plucked there by James Goode in his first start for the Ospreys of the season. Now then, test of character. Richard Cockerell was saying he wanted to find out about his Leicester side, but they're proving to be extremely leaky. Brilliant from Morgan there. Leicester just come away, but this is absolutely sensational from the Ospreys. In anybody's book, this is fantastic rugby. Now another try goes in. Rhys Webb.
This is one-way traffic now for the Ospreys. Yet again, Morgan shows how light he is on his feet as well. Senses an opportunity, runs between two forwards. That time he looked to go outside and carried on the run. Plenty of support runners. That time it was Conor McInerney on his shoulder, and then Rhys Webb to finish it off.
So easy for McInerney to go to ground here, Jan.
Kept on his feet, looked for the offload. That's what it is. Not going to ground and allow an opportunity for defences to get back and realign. Getting the offload, staying on your feet, keeping the move going, and plenty of support runners there.
Five tries and counting. Wow. Five tries in 16 minutes. Marty from the other side. He chips that one over very nicely indeed.
Well, distance certainly isn't a problem for Tom Prydie. Healthy thwack. All within distance.
You can see the replacement standing out like a beacon there. Bucknell on for Barry Ocampo.
Tigers' first venture into the Ospreys 22.
Oh, and that's a gift for Leicester to maybe try and bite back at this 29-3 lead. Ospreys scoring from all areas of the pitch. Oh, it's Leicester. The pick and go, getting closer now. One back for Leicester. It's a long way back. Richard Cockerell isn't going to be getting out of his seat for quite a while yet. 29-8.
Excellent pickup there, but a ball coming over the top. There's communication there in the Ospreys line. So a response Cockerell would have wanted from this young Tiger side. Good pickup. Terrific pickup there. It drives over the line. Good body position as well.
So Leicester showing the character that Richard Cockerell was hoping to see. And it was simple but very effective, wasn't it?
Terrific body position.
Another nasty restart for Morgan as he delivers one into the Leicester side. So nearly half now gone, 19 points behind Leicester Tigers. Mefin Davies will enjoy sticking one on his old club. Taken by James King, Wales under 20 player. 39 points in the first half an hour, amazing. Webb, one of the try scorers, looking extremely lively as well, isn't he? Popped up by Tipuric and Jones there. Prydie was trying to get hold of the ball, but Phillips can't make the tackle. And there's Morgan doing the business defensively. Ford is there, trying to keep the momentum. It's Ford now clearing the ruck. Harold. Hawkins. Leicester maybe coming into this game a little bit. Decent break upfield from the side. And now some sort of territory, even if it is an Ospreys pudding.
Good drive back upfield. The Tigers that time covering defence, got there. Oh, look at that, it was a blitzkrieg, that was. So many points. 5 tries in 16 minutes. Again, this is identified, looking at an opportunity there. Matthew Morgan assessing. There's a bit of a dog-leg defence. Saw an opportunity on the inside, but again looked for the support runners. Again, Matthew Morgan looking. Rhys Webb eventually finishing. Again, it's identifying who's defending there. There's a slightly misalignment in defences. Matthew Morgan's outplayed and take advantage of it.
Webb not wanting to put that ball in quite yet. Pretty easily see the man that's most recently on there, number 18, Bucknell, can play either side of the front row.
You won't be clean for long.
Sort of colour shirt you had when you were out in the wing. You played here for a few years, didn't you?
Nice to finish that colour shirt as well. Now I know Tigers got penalised there, but that better aggression for them, trying to disrupt the Ospreys ball as well. And knowing what damage the Ospreys can cause, a good quality ball. Again, has the pick up there, and plenty of numbers and plenty of people ready to disrupt that ball.
And a very good clearance as well. Excellent clearance.
Not allowing good quality ball, pressurising, making sure the Ospreys can't launch another attack.
Good steal there by Leicester, and the work undone. Turned back over. Morgan squirting that one through. So difficult for fullbacks. Excellent punch through. Phillips.
Keep coming black.
Ball's in field. Robinson picks a defender and goes straight over the top of him. Spice. What an entertaining first 30 or so we've had.
Same as a player black, come over and off your feet.
Look at that 50-50 in terms of possession. But I think you look at the way the Ospreys, I mean, only clinical. When they've had chances, they have taken them and created some wonderful tries. Korean scored some wonderful tries.
Yeah, and the 5-pointers coming from all areas of the pitch, their own half, their own 22. It's a good drive from Ford as he punches it into the 22.
At least 3 of the tries have been scored from attacks that were launched inside their own half. That's the attacking talent the Ospreys have. Not only Matthew Morgan at 10, but also out wide with the pace of Kristian Phillips, Tom Prydie and Richard Fussell. The modern game is about pace
and precision, which the Ospreys will be thankful that the Leicester line-out didn't have. The dummy there from Webb.
back. Stay up, black 2.
Harold's come across for this wide punch across, should Ford choose to play that move. There he is on the left-hand side of your screen. At the moment, look at Jones there, wow. Duncan Jones, 57 caps for Wales and flying through the middle. Ford, Robinson. Webb. It's just a small knock-on subsequently from the Ospreys. You get the feeling they fancy it from anywhere, at any time.
Well, that's it. Tigers have to be careful that time. When Robinson looking to get the offload, looking to get involved, which is good. Trying to offload, just get the ball knocked out of his hands. And then the fear. The Tigers are that the Ospreys will launch another try-scoring move from deep in their own half. As soon as they get a sniff of an opportunity, any turnover, they will attack.
He's a lump, isn't he, Robinson?
It's always been the case that when you get the ball in the hand, you're not quite sure what he's going to do, but he can be so effective at times. I think he's a bit overexcited when he has the ball in hands. But he has plenty of pace, plenty of ability to beat people as well. And that's what drew the Tigers to sign him. See what he can bring.
Hasn't had much opportunity, just once off the bench, so he'd be pleased that he's starting tonight. Spice, signed as emergency cover, going in there. The referee has seen that there's a man down. And the Ospreys said they want to make sure Bridgend feel a part of the region. They brought this game down here, and the people who come through the turnstiles in good numbers as well must be extremely entertained. Fantastic performance in the first 35 minutes.
Yeah, very much so. I mean, royally entertained. You know, I never expected it when he saw the conditions when he arrived and the rain was pouring down. All of a sudden, it stopped raining, and we've seen a face of attack in rugby. Both sides with positive intent, and it's been the decision to bring the game here, I think, has been a big success, and one that Ospreys should be applauded for. Give an opportunity for the public of Bridgend to turn up and watch a game. They haven't seen a regional team play here for many, many years. And again, you like to see grounds full when you go to games, and it's a great opportunity for these youngsters.
Jonathan Humphreys heading it up with Steve Tandy and Griff Rees. You wouldn't think that Scott Johnson's going to be too far away, though. Sean Holly here as well, with a tan, back from his break. So Marty Holah, 20 on his back. 36 caps for New Zealand. What a replacement. And that's good news. What a face.
What are you saying?
Right in the thick of the action. Andy Lloyd getting up onto his backside, which is excellent news.
Good to see a smile on his face as well.
Look at that face. Fran Cotton-esque, isn't it? Disappointing hair, mind.
Yeah, we've seen some great tries here this evening, but it's all about the hard work that guys like Andy Lloyd have done in the trenches as well.
Well, Lloyd went low to make the tackle. Bang.
Yeah, and just catches a knee, I think, side of the head.
Still looking back, he wants to stay on, he wants to be a part of all the good that is being thrown up in this evening fixture. 29-10. 4 minutes left to play
The back is ready to come.
for this first half. Tina, the captain, he'll have a few words at half-time.
On your feet, Brad!
Tackled well there by King and Tipuric. Holah with the white scrum cap. No doubt not for long, but this is a good break through the middle there from Leicester. Hurrell still on this near side, waiting for the clipper cross. He's not going to get it.
Unfortunate, good pick up and go, identify the one numbers behind. Good decision there to take that ball, pick up and go. It's antidote to this flatline defence that disappears out. Ospreys aren't committed to the breakdown, opportunity to see it, but then gets penalised after getting isolated. I think he wrapped it so quickly, his teammates couldn't get him quick enough. But good play by Arms that time. It's identifying what the opportunity is and not just moving that ball out wide when defenders are there in numbers. Sides aren't throwing in defenders into the breakdown. Look to pick up and go.
Difficult in so many areas of the game, not least at line-out time. Holah there trying to nick it. There's Holah again, trying to hold the man up. Yes. Pleading clemency. Spice forward. Robinson offers himself, but Ospreys on. Calling for that one. Good turnover. Everything's working for the home side at the moment. Webb. Not forward.
Sorry, lads. Don't mix up with the colours with the mid there, okay? Sorry, my fault.
Up and under them by Macaulay. Chased by Hurrell. He's been a willing workhorse. Not much ball, but when he has, he's looked to carry it. Ospreys have the ability to turn over the ball when they need to. And now they brought Marty Holah onto the field. So you got Marty Holah and Tipuric up there, two open sides. Very adept at turning the ball over.
Look at that scrum being demolished there by the Ospreys. Jones, Davies, Mitchell enjoying their evening.
Again, once you lose your foot in, very difficult to get it back again. And that time, Ospreys had a nudge on.
So that part of the field duly ploughed. They move in field a little bit.
Groundsman's going to enjoy watching this, isn't he?
Last chance for Leicester.
Very impressive considering that he's some great attacking play.
And that Webb wants that ball quickly because he knows the penalty is going to the Ospreys. Duncan Jones, he will want to eject Paul James from the starting lineup for the Ospreys. His Buffon isn't looking quite so good.
I think he'll need some conditioner in that tonight.
So maybe just time for the line out.
Well, he's been enjoying, he's worked his way back into fitness as well. Had some pretty bad injuries in the last couple of seasons. Well, he's been enjoying this evening. As did all the Ospreys team. Really have this first half. A pretty spectacular effort by them.
So last play. Mefin Davies manages to get hold of it, showing again how slippery that ball is. Webb driven up hard by McInerney. One galloping run in the first half already. Morgan seeing what's on, ships it, and it goes as far as Robinson, who can't connect the ball with his boot. But what an entertaining first 40, guys.
A terrific first half. Both sides have shown an attacking attempt. So the Ospreys have been so clinical. They created chances out of nothing. They've turned over the ball. They showed some wonderful awareness and some blistering pace to score the tries they have. Young Matthew Morgan has thoroughly enjoyed his first half performance. We've all enjoyed excellent first half. Now what can Richard Cockle do to this young Leicester Tigers team at half time? Still some confidence there, but an excellent first half on both sides.
What a platform that's been laid by the Ospreys in extremely difficult conditions for all, but they've got the big guns.
We've got live pay-per-view boxing coming up for you tomorrow from the MEN Arena in Manchester. The best of enemies. David Haye takes on Audley Harrison for the WBA World Heavyweight title. The action gets underway at 8 on Sky Box Office HD, and it's also available as a pay-per-view on Sky 3D. The quickest way to book this fight is via your Sky remote control. See channel 743 for further details, or call 08442 410 888. That's channel 743. Best of enemies at Twickenham as well tomorrow afternoon. England against the Wallabies from 2 p.m. Sky Sports HD1, also available in 3D. But at the moment, our attention is fixed in Bridgend. The Ospreys have shifted their home match in this LV Cup fixture away from home, but not too far away, 29 points to 10. The crowd is welcoming them back for the second half, and don't they deserve it? 5 tries to 1. What a first half performance they put on for us in the wet. Let's return now to our commentary team, Jan Evans and Will Chignell.
And some interested spectators that will be, of course, deserving to smile and enjoy this evening. Tomorrow's crop. Not frightened to put the youngsters in, are they? Like Holah, Edwards, Gatlin.
Yeah, and Rob Holah, an ex-Bridgend player as well. Happy to see big games come back here. Thoroughly enjoyed that first half performance by the Ospreys in particular.
One of the 5 try scorers back there, taking it to contact and then cutting it off.
They get another offload by the Ospreys. That time Beck, strong first half performance in Beck, in defence and in attack.
Morgan chipping that one through, but Leicester were ready for that until the knock-on came. Difficult to pick it off your bootlaces, isn't it? Poorly there.
Doubly difficult when you look up and see a herd of Ospreys jerseys coming towards you as well. And that time, looking to put the kick, and probably first either a judgment really. There were men outside who could have looked the ball outside and the tackles outside channels. But it's been an impressive first half performance by the Ospreys. Really has a breathtaking counter-attacking place and great offloading. It's a wonderful pace to be seen. It's really been clinical, and they've had the chances as well. It's been an excellent performance.
And whether at the Liberty or here, their home form, the Ospreys' home form, is pretty good. When they lost to the Dragons 21-16 2 weeks ago, it ended a 12-game winning run. So certainly feel the momentum at home, just as Leicester feel the pain of playing away, just having beaten Treviso this season. It's an excellent nudge into the Tigers 22.
Yeah, we've talked about Matthew Morgan outside half having an excellent first half performance, but young Rhys Webb also at scrum half has been strong. He's been lively, he's looked to take quick taps, really put pressure on the Tigers' defence, taking his try very well. An excellent performance by him as well. Good kick, put more pressure as Tigers line.
To the tail, and very accurate too.
Well won, Gulliver.
Was at least initially effective, the Ospreys. They managed to turn it over, they have.
Trapped in by 2 great players.
Good attacking position now for the Ospreys. Well won by Gulliver initially. And again, the Tigers trying to get that driving line out going. A bit of space and time for the half-backs to clear the lines. Even the turnover put in for the Ospreys. Good attacking position.
There you can see Fussell for left. Leicester won't need to worry about him, they have the ball.
And Marty Holah is losing his footing there, and then compounding his error by conceding the penalty as well. looking to get a back row move going. You see James King looking to come around. Marty Holah just loses his footing.
Strikes a good ball, doesn't he, George Ford? Just 17. It's going to Mike Ford, the England defence coach, pumping it into the Ospreys half. And he's been pretty composed all the way through this game, hasn't he?
Yeah, the Tigers' defensive line was been put in a bit under pressure. Too many holes at times. But this is all part of the education of a young player.
Stay.
Hawkins has been industrious. And now it's Hurrell trying to blast his way a hole. Spice. Hipkiss, hardly seen him. World Cup finalist. Taking it into contact there.
Yeah, he hasn't really had many opportunities to carry the ball effectively this evening.
It's Hawkins again. Spice, Ford.
Wingers on.
Playing for territory. Just a little bit too much.
What was wrong?
Josh Ford, that then looking to turn the Ospreys defence, but just rolled too far. Kristian Phillips able to minor it.
Fight drop.
Here's Morgan. Don't mind too much that he hasn't hit that one cleanly. Makes it very difficult, but Adam Green, the 20-year-old, does get his great paws on it. Ford. And Robinson. Advantage being played to the visiting side. So they've got a free hit here. Ford popping it up nicely, and Hawkins yet again taking the ball into contact. Captain Peanut. Ford looking inside and trying to take it himself.
It's slow ball in Tigers though. Very difficult to get past this Ospreys defence as the heavens open, and as do the Broadies.
And it's amazing, isn't it? Jan Ford just 17, Matthew Morgan, the other fly half, just 18. So young and looking so composed and comfortable at this level.
That's what this tournament is. A great ability. It's an outlet for these youngsters to play top quality rugby around the UK. Really has. Something we see George Ford and Matthew Morgan. Matthew Morgan normally plays for Swansea in front of a couple of hundred people. All of a sudden he's playing in front of 7,000 people here at the Brewery Field in a cup competition against the Leicester Tigers. Well, that's what these players need. The likes of Tom Prydie need to play regular rugby.
And Ford looks as though he's been playing top-rate rugby for a long time. Nothing seems to faze him. Good off the tee, good out of hand.
Nice strike of the ball there. Lovely strike.
Kicked up nicely for Gulliver. Ford has time. That's a high one. Morgan can't get to it in time, and the ball bounces nearly into Hurrell's hands.
No one wanted to catch that up and under.
Oh, Morgan, how did he get out of that? Absolutely brilliant from Morgan, and now he chips it through. He knows Phillips is so quick. Absolutely magnificent. Working in tandem, lovely waiting. Sensational again.
Brilliant work by Matthew Morgan. Outstanding. You knew exactly what you needed to do there and put that ball for Kristian Phillips. He knew Kristian Phillips had the pace out wide. Then the ball came there. Didn't panic. Just kept moving. Didn't pass poor ball on. He assessed who was in front of him. Stepped outside him. Went away. He knew he didn't have the pace to go, but he knew the man did have pace outside. That was Kristian Phillips. And a beautifully weighted kick then downfield. A lovely kick put that ball through beautifully for Kristian Phillips. Again, this Osprey's been clinical. They've had a chance. It's again deep inside their own half. They launch a counter-attack. Again, Phillips, great pickup as well. So it's so easy to knock that ball on. Greasy service.
Welsh Premiership Player of the Year in October. He's playing so well, and again in absolutely filthy conditions. He is showing he can put the ball exactly where he wants it. Prydie. Not this time. And some replacements come on for the Ospreys, but let's have a look at Morgan.
And shrugs past Dan Hipkiss as well. Hipkiss, so he's bigger than young Matthew Morgan. And again, a small guy, but he seems to have some power there as well. You're past defenders, but again, he's having the presence of mind and awareness when you need to be doing after beating that first man. And that explosive pace to get beyond the defensive line.
See, the clean shirts of the Ospreys are worn by Hibbard, Gough and Barry Davies. The penalties of the Ospreys, and pretty useful to be able to whistle up the likes of Hibbard, Gough with 63 caps, and Davies an international as well.
That's how Tom Arms being penalised, offside. Not a bad replacement to bring on. The last thing that's the players that I wanted. See another international player come off the bench.
A slightly different shirt. It's a charity shirt for the Joshua Foundation, which provides holidays and experiences for children and their families where the child is diagnosed with terminal cancer. That's the charity chosen by the Ospreys for this season. A worthy cause.
Yeah, it's good to see teams. The Ospreys aren't alone in this, but teams using sport and progress on TV as a platform to raise awareness for various causes. Again, Richard Hibbard again come off the bench.
Prydie's gone into 9 because Webb is injured but not off the field quite yet. It's going to be a replacement when they get a chance. It's Prydie almost forgetting that he was scrum half there, just managing to make sure the ball comes back the Ospreys' way. Advantage being played. Jones clattering his way into contact. Morgan has time. Now we're in advantage, so back for the earlier penalty being given away by Bucknell. And that's a real shame. Very sad to see Webb. He's been fantastic today.
He's had an excellent game. First 50 minutes of the game. I'll be disappointed to have gone off. He looks in some discomfort to see Nutbrown come on to replace him. A really excellent game from Rhys Webb.
Yeah, have a New Zealand A player, Nutbrown, come on, the ex-Chiefs man. There's another very solid replacement.
Time off, you make substitution 9 Great G.
So Leicester giving Sam Harrison, the 20-year-old now, an evening in the rain. Will be memorable for him, whatever happens.
Yeah. Tigers are big hopes for a young man as well, Sam Harrison. Live wire at 9. Good crop of youngsters. Having a difficult evening here at the Brewery field.
So Harrison's first touch.
You are great. Stay.
Morgan goes between his legs. Nutbrown.
Leave him go. Keep coming black. 20.
Chasing hard. Hip kiss. The pass. Tough conditions. The Ospreys have shown them you can still play quality rugby. First half, 5 tries.
Yeah, I think young Tom Arms has competed well. Tigers and difficult circumstances, taking his try well. Very workmanlike out in that field. Really showed a lot of endeavour. As has his opposite number, Justin Tipuric as well. Terrific battle between the two sems.
And these two teams fought for a couple of titles in the final. 2007 Leicester won. They're not going to be doing much damage on this form this year. 2008 the Ospreys lifted it. And they have shown tonight they've got real potential with so many players out. 11 players involved with Wales.
Squeeze ball slow, man on his feet. Isolated, slowed it down with squeeze ball.
The Ospreys quite happy to try and turn the screw. Barry Davies, Welsh international, fires that one into the 22.
Just taking an opportunity to bring players off the bench, giving them a bit of a run. Barry Davies had some injuries this year. Hasn't seen much of him out in the field. But again, Welsh international player. Quality to come off the bench. So Hibbard, Gough, Nutbrown, Holah and Davies now all on the field. Strength of this Ospreys squad.
Organising themselves. Closer and closer. There's Holah. Bumping his way upfield. Hibbard. Brown with the pass. And Leicester have managed to elicit an error there.
James Goode knocking that ball on there. And forwards fancy to rumble in the tight there. And just looking to offload, getting that ball knocked out of his hands.
So just a reminder, all from Pool 1 play those in Pool 4, and obviously that's the case. Pool 2 teams play those in Pool 3. So everyone gets 4 games, 2 home, 2 away. Leicester in Pool 1, the Ospreys in Pool 4. The Ospreys at the moment at bottom. And Harlequins, Exeter and Bath also in their pool. It won't be after this performance.
He does strike the ball beautifully. Well, some distance to go with that kick there.
Not just doing his job, he's bossing the others, and that's not always the case for young men working their way through the system.
Pick the ball off his toes there, rolling ball, generated momentum himself. Struck that ball nicely. And you see the pressure being exerted once again by the Ospreys.
Coming flying up there was Hipkiss.
No advantage, Black knock forward.
He read that all the way. He picked Kristian Phillips on the blind side there. It was a little bit predictable, and that was a bit telegraphed. Looking a lot of decoy runners, but again you could sense that Kristian Phillips was going to get the ball from the blind side, and Hipkiss picked that out. Nice meat and drink. Someone like Hipkiss
probably feels quite a long way to getting back in an England shirt at the moment, but he'll know more than anyone how important it is to do the business for his club, whatever the conditions, whatever the opposition.
Harrison, a kick downfield, that scrum really was under pressure, being driven back that time. Harrison just managed to kick that ball.
Hibbard. Good running. Robinson waits and he takes that one nicely, stays strong. Forwards take it off him. We'll be thankful for that. And a good forward rumble there from the Tigers. forward. Little chip. Nice waiting as well. It was knocked on, but very deft from the fly half.
Yeah, nice pickup as well by Harrison. Just been knocked on them. Nice chip over the top. Rush defence. A little gap there. Again, a lot of people diving in. Brave play by both sets of players there, diving in. Boots flying all over the place. I see Nutbrown going flying in there. Taking a bit of a knock.
Some latest scores then. Exeter winning at Cardiff, and that's Exeter, of course, who are in the same group pool as the Ospreys. Getting better and better, Exeter, aren't they? And Northampton at home, as you'd expect, getting the edge on the Dragons. Just a word for Exeter, winning away at Saracens.
1-2 from, well, if they carry on with that sort of scoreline, they're 1-2 from 2, but the Exeter story gets better and better. And keep going as you see Richard Cockerell there.
So run the rule over Ford then. How do you think he's run tonight so far? It's worth reiterating, he made his debut age 16, the youngest debutant for Leicester last year, actually against his brother in the LV Cup against Leeds. 17 now, what do you reckon?
Yeah, he's kicked well from hand. He's a pretty poor ball to deal with. Defensively now and again, he's left a couple of openings there that the Ospreys have capitalised on. Matthew Morgan, his opposite number, probably has outshone him this evening, but I do like the way he tries to control the game. He's got a lovely kicking game, terrific distance. You see young Matthew Morgan scored a try, created another couple as well.
It's exciting to see the youngsters.
He's had a good platform which to open in the back of as well, but it's exciting to see this young talent on the field. That's what this competition is about. And so far this tournament we see some lovely talent coming through, be given a stage in which to perform, and that's what you want. You go to these training sessions, you come through these academies, you need an outlet for all this young talent to play at a decent level.
It doesn't take long to take another step up, does it? Because you see, the Welsh coaches, for one, they're brave, aren't they? North has got the Welsh shirt, and Prydie in the Six Nations.
Back on his feet, and now release runaway tackler.
Morgan again, trying his luck.
No hands free.
But he'll try things like that constantly, especially when you're 34-13 ahead as well.
The Tigers working the muscle at the moment. Hipkiss has got plenty of that. Looking his way upfield, and so much power from the outside centre.
It's better from Hipkiss as well. Good body position.
Get out, no, you can't get out there, lads.
So much more even in this second half.
I think also young Harrison is getting the ball away from the breakdown very quickly and giving Ford an opportunity to use the players outside him.
It's a pile up, lads.
Hipkiss beginning to come into the game a bit more in this second half.
Given the opportunity a little bit more in the second half as well, but nice angle, good tackle by Tipuric again as across the field, back on his feet. There's Hipkiss. The presence of mind would be aware he could get back on his feet, keep that drive going. Just such a low centre of gravity, hard man to bring down. I don't think it's been a good battle in the midfield. Oh, it's a Sonny Parker, again a physical centre, and Ashley Beck for the Ospreys as well.
Fun and games in the front row.
We haven't seen a spectacular try for at least 10-15 minutes.
Yeah, you're furious, aren't you?
I'm expecting more.
Enjoy playing on this field over the years? Did the mighty Atom dot a few down?
Tough place to come and play, Brewery Field. They produce some wonderful talent here as well. JPR Williams, Steve Fennick, Gareth Thomas, John Devereux, and Rob Howley.
Steve Square one.
Those great players will be pleased to see the score. against this great English club. And a quarter of the game left to play. 34-13 to the Ospreys.
He stepped out and in.
I can't be penalised. That and Duncan Jones been penalised. But he's enjoyed his evening.
Oh, he's had a tough time, hasn't he? Broke his foot.
He's had a horror run of injuries.
Came out of the cast, it hadn't set right, they had to re-break it. Into the cast again. Had to re-break it for a second time. So frustrating. 57 caps for Wales, wants to get back to the top of his game, but shown what a good scrummager he is again tonight. Good counter drive from the Ospreys.
One stop, Ray, and you're going backwards.
Look at that from the Ospreys. Real hunger for the unglamorous stuff, trying to fight to keep the Leicester forward back, and they've got the ball as well. Excellent. Marty Holah. Up from Nutbrown. Two Kiwis working in tandem. Nicely taken by Robinson. 4. Pops it on. And squares forward. The Ospreys might look to go here. They scored a few from this sort of a position in the first half.
Oh, Sonny Parker, quick decision to kick downfield there. The hands, keep the ball in hand, would have been a lot better. You sense there was a turnover there. A lot of it down to the work of that man, Marty Holah.
Just the graphic showing you how well respected he is across the club.
It was good work initially from the Tigers. A couple of times done the initial part well. And really some good disruptive play in defence by the Ospreys. And again, our man Marty Holah, forefront of that disruption, as you would expect from an open side flanker. A drive come in, counter drive back upfield. And who emerges with the ball? None other than Marty Holah.
Well, we'll be watching with interest the internationals this autumn. So how Wales going to go tomorrow?
Well, I think they've got a decent chance. You know what I mean? I think they've got a good chance. I think there's a home win in Twickenham and a home win in Cardiff. I've been positive for Wales. I think Wales do have a really good chance against South Africa. Disappointing with the way it ended up against Australia. I think the pack went well. I mean, it'll have to go well against South Africa. We're going to pose a totally different challenge to what Australia posed last week. A more orthodox type team. Set piece is important in a kicking game, but I think with Lee Byrne back in the field allows James Hook to get in the middle of play as well. I think that's going to be a big plus for Wales. So I do fancy the chances.
So the Sage says England and Wales win. Ireland?
Ireland should, even though they were horrible last week for the first half in particular. But I think probably will have too much for Samoa. And Scotland will pose challenges for New Zealand, particularly in the first half. I think Scotland have a terrific pack, but I think the nous and ability of New Zealand will probably come through at the end of it. But again, weather will play a part, possibly tomorrow.
Here is Holah.
No hands, Rack!
Morgan, whoop. He gets flattened. Gets a bit of shoe as well there. Back up. Jones.
He's been good this evening, Duncan Jones.
Morgan all through his hands. Ospreys still looking to play, and the Tigers go hunting. Making the tackles, forcing the home side back. Much better second half performance from Leicester, much more robust defensively. Forcing these kicks from the 22, and in the first half the Ospreys were carving Leicester up. Morgan, oh, he's missed it. Could be a chance now for a try to come. Corley can't quite pick that one up.
Ospreys a little bit sloppy from the Ospreys the last few minutes. Gotta do the fundamentals as well, do the basics. Quality tries will come on the back of those.
Morgan decides that downtown is the right place to put the ball. Good strike it is too. 4. Wanted to put the ball in the air, and Robinson has coughed that one up.
Lee Robinson will say thank you very much for that pass.
But he thought it was going up skywards. Morgan again just pushing Leicester back. Old school rugby. A dirty, wet night.
That was better play from Morgan that time. Put the ball behind. 2 successive kicks there. He put pressure. Pass from forward. Robinson had nowhere to go there, and it was read by Ashley Beck all the way. Now forced the turnover, and who's there? Tipuric. An excellent game. Good battle between him and Arms. Tipuric really has been everywhere. But again, kick. Morgan puts the kick behind, just turn. And that's what was needed there. It's draining, you can see the energy starting.
But he has a look, doesn't he, before he decides to make his move. He just took it a few steps forward before he threaded it through. He scares defences.
He's a type of player who's always going to have a little look, and he does have that supreme confidence. That's what he wants from it out at half. Assert himself on the game. And if you've got that sort of exciting talent, why not? But sometimes we're doing the simple things as well, and that's what he did that time. Just put the ball behind. You can see the energy starting to drain away. Very difficult underfoot. Really is sapping.
Third fixture in 8 days for Leicester. Harlequins last Friday, of course. Australia, God, they gave Australia a real fight, didn't they? Australia just coming through at the end. Leicester like that touring fixture was beating South Africa famously, marmalised the South Africans in the scrum a couple of years ago.
It was great to see 20,000 people turn up in midweek as well. The full Welford Road.
Morgan with that lovely pass back. And now Holah having a look. Hibbard straightening. The Buffalo charges. He's Beck. Looked very good tonight. Beck straightening and aware of his inside man there. Can't quite get the ball to him.
Yeah, you're right there. He has looked good. Very solid in defence. He's a big man in midfield as well. He's given his chance this evening. He does get his hands beyond the defender as well. An ability to offload long levers. But again, he picked a lovely angle that time for Martin Morgan. Again, just moved the ball, just show and go, just show to the outside, to step. Kept going, looking for the offload. Again, just a phase before, he picked a nice angle of Morgan, gave the outside half. That's what outside half wants, is an option. And he's giving him a nice option, nice angle run as well as he tapping his back from Sonny Parker. There's young Morgan going off the field.
A man known as Nipper. 5'6", you understand why. Would be very pleased with his evening's work. Gareth Owen in play 10, 12, 15, scored in the last 2 games. Goes off. And front row taking a breather as well.
Step up. Step up. Too far away, you're going to go down.
He's the bloke with the clean shirt, in case you're wondering.
Touch. Pause. Engage.
Not for long.
He's going on the slip.
Oh dear.
A little bit closer. Okay, hook.
Beck is captain of the Ospreys, so we hear.
So we move slightly over there. There's a little bit of grass, but not much.
Yeah, an impressive game. Ashley Beck. You can probably see that quite a few Ospreys players this evening.
Challenging conditions. Where are the worst conditions you've ever played? Is there anything that stands out?
Crouch. Touch.
Baseball games in my stake in Eberville. I think I still bear the scars from it. I think the coldest I've ever been is playing in Canberra, actually. Very cold in Canberra.
When it's steady, I want it in.
I think I had hypothermia there.
Any
Well, I
classically
claimed I
muddy
had
pitches?
hypothermia anyway.
What was that? Because they didn't pass the ball, or you didn't go looking for it?
Bit of both, actually.
Crouch. Touch. Pause. Engage. Engine 18. Engine.
So Cai Griffiths singled out there by the referee. Ford sets himself, and it's another good touch find.
You see the fact, even on the back of a 34-13 scoreline, still keeping going.
Substitution 7.
And that's important, how you react to these sort of scorelines, react to the performances of the opposite or the opposition like this.
Rory Lynn's on, as is Everard. Leicester then. Up the middle, well tackled by Tipuric, who's had a good game. But there's the turnover. Still a lot of power being exerted by the Ospreys. Owen, pass doesn't find Prydie.
Two from each side, lads. Line out this forward.
So Ford may be the future as he worked his way through the system, and his father, Mike Ford, will be
in 15.
Heavily involved. England, Australia tomorrow 2 o'clock. 3D as well. It's going to be fascinating to see if England can kick on from that 10-point defeat against New Zealand. Australia so dangerous in terms of how and where they can attack from. Mike Ford will have his work cut out defensively to snuff out the Aussies. Straight out. The Aussie backline is sensational, isn't it?
Outstanding. Quade Cooper pretty much ran the game last week in Cardiff, really was. Kirby Beale was wonderful as well. And we all talk about his handling ability, but his kicking ability from the hand really was. The distance and accuracy as well. He was excellent last week. But he had lots of wide open spaces in which to attack, and decent quality ball in which to do it with. I like the options he has, the wave upon wave of runners he can pick up.
Owen taking it to the line.
Under pressure. Knock on.
Another good run, that time by Beck and across the gain line. And he seems to be getting across the gain line with some ease at the moment. And we saw his tries, five tries in 16 minutes. That is a lot of traffic, that is. It really did determine the outcome of this game.
Leicester managed to plug the gaps and tighten this game up in the second half, so the Ospreys haven't managed to run right. Tries from the Ospreys in that first 40. Amazing.
Touch. Pause. Engage.
Conditions got a little bit tougher as well in the second half.
Still giving it everything. But the errors continue to come.
And it was there, that man, Justin Tipuric, really has had an excellent game this evening.
So the Ospreys looking to break Leicester Tigers. Found it very easy in the first half, very difficult in the second. Good position this. Justin Tipuric being excellent all the way through this match.
He has been very effective at the breakdown, and also in his link play as well. But the Ospreys' ability to get across the game line and turn over the ball really has allowed him to shine.
There goes Prydie. Options both sides now. Beck decides to chip that one through. Should be an easy try. It is. Sonny Parker gets the ball down, and the Ospreys show real skill and finishing there to add yet another try to the scoreboard.
Yeah, they get across the game line, and then that lovely kick behind the defensive press by Ashley Beck. But again, they get over the game line. Good quality ball. West defence couldn't do anything. Bags of space behind. All Sonny Parker needed to do was fall on the ball then. A lovely kick through, a little dink through by Ashley Beck.
Tom Prydie, the first to congratulate him. Prydie might be feeling a bit lonely. He's the only one of the back line not to score in this match. Owen to attempt to knock the 2 points. Over to take the Ospreys through 40. No.
That's a lovely little kick through. That was really did feed that through nicely, and all Parker to do is fall on the ball. Get across the game line. It is so much easier when you get across that game line initially.
Great waiting there from Beck. Owen just hammers that one upfield. Gough grabs his man. Who wants this ball? Tipuric goes down. He's shown how tenacious he has been. Forward. Barry Davies.
You can go, Black, come out!
Can't quite collect, there's a knock on. Leicester's advantage. So less than 5 minutes to play. Quite a performance from the Ospreys, and Richard Cockerell, first string, second string, third string or not, this will irritate him.
It will. He's looking for some commitment from his young players of his, and he's had commitment, but really, you know, the Ospreys have shown the class. They've been outclassed this evening. Also an ability to bring on fresh legs, top quality fresh legs all off the bench, has maintained the pressure as well. Some sparkling tries from the Ospreys. Really has been outstanding effort for them.
And a murderous scrum there. Owen to the line. And the forwards helping him out. Forward is in the middle. Prydie. No chance to get his try. At least not there. Beck chips it across. Oh, it works. Phillips. Harrell gets hold of him. Beck again. Still going, the Ospreys want to get the score through 40, no doubt. Looking good. It's going to come now, surely. The ball just needs to be dotted down. Ooh. Going to go to the video ref, Tony Rowlands. What's your instinct, Jan?
Well, initially I didn't think he'd grounded it. But again, not quite sure. I think there's hands underneath that ball. His hands underneath there, to be honest. I don't think you can give that angle anyway. So look at this angle.
There's a hand underneath there. Barry Davies, no doubt, thinks that he'll get his name on the score sheet. Let's have a look at this angle. I think momentum and the greasy surface would get him over.
Well, you can't see the hand from that angle, but you could see the hand from the first angle we looked at.
Okay, no try, held up, scrum black.
Yeah, I thought that was a hand beneath. That was the right decision. But again, a great attacking position for the Ospreys with a dominant scrum as well.
Yeah, the Ospreys all fancy it from this position, won't they? All sorts of options. Barry Davies comes back into the line. Jonathan Humphreys will be extremely happy with the way his evening has gone.
I think the Ospreys management team will be delighted with this evening. Everything about it. The crowd coming here to play the Brewery field, and an outstanding performance by the team.
The forwards all want to push over, and it looks as though they may get one. Penalty. Are people going to be calling for a penalty try soon? Not yet. Oh, you see that Ospreys forwards really fancy it, don't they? Gough in the engine room there, and Holah and Tipuric in the back row.
It's not been a night for sort of boring tries, though. It's been a night for spectacular tries.
The forwards deserve one.
Oh, they do deserve one because they've done the hard work. That scrum has been strong all evening. Forcing turnovers out there as well, really have set the platform. Some sparkling invention by the backs, but really a lot of the hard work, as you would do in conditions like this as well, has been done by the forwards. They produced the quality ball needed.
Here goes the Ospreys scrum. Leicester are splintering. It's just about the skill at the base, and it's going to be a penalty try. Just reward for the sweat and toil that the Ospreys pack have exerted tonight.
Yeah, the power's been there all evening. Well, they've had the advantage in this area. And again, opting to go for the re-scrum again. The pressure is coming. Force the referee to give that penalty try. It's been a tough evening for this young Tigers team. It really has been an impressive onslaught by the Ospreys this evening.
Over from Owen. So, Jan, who's your LB man of the match?
Well, he's had some spectacular performances by the Ospreys. And Ashley Beck in midfield has been really impressive. Tipuric also. You see Ashley Beck turning back there, and that's Tipuric, who's also been very impressive. Both these young players really have made an impression on me this evening. Really have been. But my LV man of the match is the outside half. I sprinkle a bit of stardust on this evening proceedings and really enlightened the evening. Young Matthew Morgan really has had a good platform to operate on, but really saw a bit of stardust from him tonight. His creative play and his marshalling of the team, using these big guys around him as well. The type of game we saw from him, he belied the conditions, really tough underfoot, driving rain as well. But my LV man of the match is young Matthew Morgan, the outside half.
5'6", just 18, 11 stone, made his debut last match. Usually plays for Swansea, and in these sort of conditions he has been fantastic. The forwards have done the business, really given him good ball, but he has made the most of it, hasn't he?
Certainly has. He's had a good performance by young Rhys Webb at scrum half as well to begin with. Really, it's been an outstanding team effort by the Ospreys this evening.
Nutbrown with the ball through. Not a lot Leicester can do with that. And Leicester have been given a fair beating here by the Ospreys at Bridgend. The first time that the Ospreys have come here since the region was formed. And what a statement they have been. An excellent crowd have been witness to some fantastic rugby in extremely difficult conditions.
An 8-try performance by Ospreys. You see some sensational tries people from every area of the field. It really is a terrific team performance by the Ospreys, and the management team will be thrilled. Got a lot of young talent there as well. Our experience just told as well with the quality they had up front, and the bench was too much for Leicester Tigers to hold back. Really is a complete performance and a wonderfully enjoyable game in, as I said, atrocious conditions at times in the foot, but it really has been a sensational game of rugby.